Hi guys and welcome back to episode 3 of FUT Champions, a series where we are hopefully going to do some damage with this team. It should do damage. It's not done that much damage so far. Messi's done alright actually for me. You can see guys, 43 actually, no, he's died off a little bit. A lot of people have died off since Friday afternoon when the gameplay was smooth. As a Friday night, it's gone absolutely garbage. It's still Friday night now as I'm going to be making this video. So fingers crossed we can pick up some wins guys, as 15 and 20 is not the best. 15 out of 20, sorry, is not the best of starts to FUT Champions. You can see guys, we have hit silver. We have also hit, I think we've hit elite. Yeah, we're not far off elite 1 for the month. So we're guaranteed 12 red informs anyway. Top tier is 84. We got 20 games, so we can potentially finish on 101. But I honestly can't see that happening. I really want to finish high this week, but 5 losses already, guys, is very, very rough. But if you do want any MSP, PSN codes, or cheat game codes, guys, go and check out g2a.com. Their link is down below. If we try and hit over 5,000 likes, that'd be brilliant. And subscribe to me if you're not subscribed already. So basically what we're doing today, guys, is another 10 games, see how we do. I need to put a brief explanation of what's gone on this weekend. So, as of Thursday, and I think I did it in the first video as well, I stated that the Weekend League was going ahead when I thought it definitely shouldn't be. So I never prepared for the Weekend League being here. Now, that's a bit of a shit excuse, don't get me wrong, but usually I play a lot of FIFA throughout the week, getting ready, fine-tuning the team, hammering with the team, but that just hasn't been the case this week, and it's showing in FUT Champions. Now, there's not been any major overhauls in the team, apart from obviously Suarez and Messi. Suarez is doing the business for me, is doing some at each game. By the looks of it, and we've also got the decent super subs as well. Even Higuain getting on the score sheet as well, guys, in one of the games. But too many games are too close. I am playing good opponents, don't get me wrong. I'll probably say I fully deserve to lose probably 3 of the 5 losses. One of them I should have put away in normal time, I never did it. Lost on penalties, and probably the same for the other penalty loss as well, where we were doing alright, scored on the 120th and then lost on penalties, but we should have been scoring definitely a long time before that. So guys, with that said, let's go and get into the 10 games. No bullshit excuses, let's just try our best and hopefully try and pick up some important wins. So guys, game 21 to 30, the sticking point which has been a problem in any other previous run, and it doesn't look like it's going to get any better with the teams that we do come up against. Lacazette, also Kazawa. A few legends thrown in there as well. But the game started off nicely, guys. In 17th minute, Ronaldo inside the area, squares it back to Vieira, who scores on the volley. Now, as much as Vieira is very clinical, inside the area when he shouldn't be, to be fair, he racks up a lot of goals for me. Do I like Vieira? This weekend, I've actually decided to go off Vieira. Now, I'm not sure whether it's me. It probably is me, but Vieira is not a centre defensive midfielder. He is set to stay back while attacking. But if you look at the clips, guys, more than likely you are going to see Vieira in the area a hell of a lot. Mainly from open play. You can see him even further up the field than Pogba was at that split second as we made it 4-0 within this game. It was a fun game, this one. Definitely needed a confidence booster, and we definitely got it with this game. But this guy was top 100. Yes, interestingly enough, guys, this guy was top 100 as we were playing the game. We were keeping an eye out. Obviously, if you go on FUTWiz, guys, and you click on the Champs tab, they do, if you search the gamer tags, you can't do it beforehand, and obviously that would be AIDS if you could do that, because people would just cherry pick and you could see the opponent's ranking. But if you guys see the gamer tag on the matchup screen, you can then move over to FUT Champs and then search the gamer tag, and if they have ever been in top 100, you will be able to see their rank. So a brilliant start to this episode. 4-2 win against a very, very decent opponent. 61% possession, 89% pass accuracy, 21 shots, 17 on target. Next opponent, Holy Big Nasty. Holy Big Tasty, actually. He has Lukaku, Varney, Firmino, Henderson, Emre, Chan, Kiate, Williams, a very, very cheap looking team. Now this guy played very, very defensive throughout the game, struggled. I struggled to score. Obviously, it was 0-0 all the way throughout, guys, and it went straight to penalties. Now, after this game, my opponent actually messaged me and goes, I think it was something like apologies for playing like a knob or something like that. I can't remember what it was, but it was something which people do, and we talked about it in the last episode, guys. I have no complaints with the way people do play. Now, there is one thing which a lot of people have been talking to me about recently, and that is me moving left and right on the penalties, not diving. Now, I actually find it a little bit, like I do stuff to help you guys, and staggering left and staggering right, guys, seems to help me. Because staggering left, staggering right, if I'd have dived from that point, I wouldn't have saved that penalty. Now, it's all about guesswork, getting in the rhythm of the flow. You can see that we've got 3 penalties here, and they made the penalty win. Very, very nice win on penalties. But the left and right stagger, them penalties are a little bit better for me, and that's why I do them. Now, I don't usually dive on penalties. Sometimes I will start diving, but the first couple, more than likely, you're going to catch me just moving left and moving right. Our next opponent, guys, has Costa, Lewandowski, Robben, Vidal, a nice hybrid team, this one, and obviously not full chemistry to Kante and not full chemistry to Dembele either, but it wasn't very noticeable. Walker with the ball inside to Lewin through to Kante to Costa, and that was a brilliant goal which absolutely tore through my defence and put my opponent in the lead. Frustrating goal to give up, but a nice goal nonetheless. Into the second half, guys, Messi holds up the ball, spreads it to Pogba. Pogba cuts on the inside past the defender, ball through to Suarez. No one was tracking Suarez, and a nice finesse shot past the keeper with a bit of power makes it 1-1 in the 61st minute. It continues to get better, guys. Some alright defending for a change. My defending this weekend has been non-existent. Basically took the Liverpool route, you know. Vieira through to Pogba, Pogba to Messi, Messi to Suarez, back to Messi, and a nice shot which somehow beats Courtois and makes it 2-1 in the 84th minute. This was how we did win the game, guys. A nice 2-1 victory in a game where it was 50-50 possession, decent pass accuracy, but definitely should have been making better conversion rate. But the amount of blocks that my opponent seemed to make recently are just absolutely frustrating. Our next opponent, this one, Guna Con 3, rocks up with Insigne, SBC, Perisic in form, and I think that's Gomez in the centre forward position, and a few other SBC cards. Started off nicely, guys. Hullet picks up the ball, squares it to Suarez, another finesse shot. We've been doing this inside inside this weekend league. The amount of times we've done the finesse shot from outside the area has been absolutely ridiculous. So the 1-0 was quickly extended to 2, guys, before the half-time whistle as Vieira holding up the ball gets lucky for it to bounce to his feet. Ronaldo through to Suarez, and that's his second goal of the game, guys, in the 44th minute. Very, very nice finish, and Suarez being key to a lot of my attacks recently. Then we allowed our opponent in off the shoulder of the defender, sells me with a bit of skill, and a brilliant finish by Perisic does make it 2-1 and sent me back into nervous times. Being 2-0 up is a nervous lead when you concede that goal, but thankfully another top through ball to Suarez, chip over the keeper, 3-1, 76th minute. That should have been game over. It was game over, guys, as we were able to continue pushing forward. We went forward this time, dispossessed our opponent. Ronaldo with the ball past the defender, gets it in, low-driven shot, 4-1, 81st minute, and we're going to get one more goal on the score sheet, guys, to make it 5, and it comes from another fast counter-attack. Suarez, another top through ball to Messi. He picks it up on the first touch and finesses it past the keeper, 5-1. So a very, very nice victory, and doing alright this episode alone, but something was about to trigger me. Now, talking about it on Twitter, I was fuming at the current time this happened. You see me match up against Josh Pro 57, a very, very, very solid team. 82 rated, 4.5 star team with some amazing players in it. What was interesting though was what was about to happen. Now, I've talked about the forced disconnection glitch throughout the start of this mini-series from Saturday, when the first episode went live, and I've been talking about it on Twitter all the time. We went into the game against Pugs FC. Normal game, looks pretty good, and then my opponent had the kickoff. I was expecting him to change formation because there's one player in that team which I didn't really expect to be in there. But from the kickoff, guys, I go defensive as I always do to keep the defence organised. And then obviously in the 20th plus minute, I switch it back to normal. And then my opponent pressed start. From this screen, though, my opponent, I don't know what he did. I, at the time, thought it was a forced disconnection glitch. Do I think it's a forced disconnection glitch now? I don't know. I still don't know. You guys leave your opinions on it, because something obviously went down here, because you can see the screen freeze now. The game hadn't even kicked off, and then it come up, you have lost connection to the EA servers. You'll be unable to access any online features until you sign in. None of my internet went off. Everything was absolutely perfect. I was still signed in on Xbox, and there I just flipped my shit. I honestly flipped my shit, because loading back into Ultimate Team, it says leaving Ultimate Team, then you get the loading screen, you then result in with Rooney giving you the thumbs up, and then you go into Ultimate Team where it loads, and then boom, you are given a Rooney with the double thumbs up, as you'll see in a second, guys, behind the screen of... It seems that you've disconnected from your last online match. Disconnecting from matches affects your DNF modifier, which reduces coins you receive in future matches. Therefore, I was given a loss for that, which was nothing to do with me, but I was very, very frustrated at the time. Up against Hyde player. Like, I don't know. I want to know your thoughts, guys, on what just happened there. Do you think forced disconnection, or do you think it's something natural? Now, in every game of Foot Champions that I've played, and we're reaching close to, I don't know how many games we played of Foot Champions, but a fucking shit ton. The first week, I got one disconnection, and you guys may remember that the... people were booted off, like a group of people were booted off the servers at the same time, and that was the only one time I've ever been disconnected in Foot Champions. That was the second time. It looks very dubious. I'm still unsure about it. It triggered me. Going into the game against a very good player, Hyde player took a 2-0 lead. Messi, from the resulting goal, scores from the kickoff and makes it 2-1. And then we're back into the game. I have never let out my frustration so much before. I was in a call with Marshall and Nep, and I fucking was shouting. I was screaming, letting the moment get to me, you know. And that obviously affects your game style. So me being triggered fucked me up. I was on a good run at this point, and then it was just that disconnection loss, and then this loss now. I wasn't in a good place, but I aim to get all my games done by Saturday, so I continue plugging through when I definitely should not have. I talk about all the time, if you let stuff get to you and you start shouting, you start reacting to stuff in game, it's going to annoy the shit out of you. You just need to keep fully concentrated and get the win. You never see pro players get angry and lose their head, you know. That's something you need to take from the pro players, is not losing your head. The next game we make it 1-0 within 12 minutes of the game, and from that my opponent randomly, I don't know why randomly, just disconnected from the servers. This could have been a attempt at a forced disconnection glitch, but I'm not going to say that. But it was obviously a 1-0 win. Our next opponent, and these God squads of it, like my team's good, but it's very rare that you see God squads this often. We come up against 4 legends: Lalas, Desai, Petit, Veron. So two of the new legends from this year, and the game started off pretty nicely for my opponent. Some 1-2 touches through the middle, went through to Griezmann. Griezmann does go for the pass. It bounces everywhere and perfectly bounces to, I think it was it Yedder or Lacazette, who gets on the score sheet to make it 1-0 in the 26th minute of the game. Frustrating goal to concede, but head was down, everything else like that. You guys will understand where I'm coming from when I say heads down. You want to get on with the game, but you just can't do it. At this point, I was tempted not to upload the Foot Champs Journey series this weekend. I just wanted to fully concentrate on playing the games, but I have obviously decided to go ahead and do it for you guys. So the next team, Murky His Pants, 2 legends, SBC, Bellerin. And the reason I'm not complaining, because I never complain about people's teams, but it's just really, really strange to see the massive jump up from the second week of January, where people had mediocre teams and then the odd 1 or 2 decent teams, but now it's gone from a massive, huge jump up, and everyone after the 7th game, guys, has got really, really good teams. Very rare we don't come up against something which isn't that good. Up against RTG, we do take a 1-0 lead there, and it gets a little bit better, guys. A long through ball down to Higuain to Pogba, and a lead is extended to 2-0 in the 75th minute of the game. Very, very nice victory against my opponent, who had decent stats as well, decent stats passing, but didn't really get many chances on the board. Our next opponent for the day, guys, Brave 87 RM, who rocks up with Inform Vardy, Inform Willian, Lone Petit, which is a lot of people's go-to legend this weekend, because obviously that come out on Xbox not long back, Martial, Renato Sanchez, and a few other players. Second minute, we bomb in the area with Ronaldo, cross it in, and this takes a deflection off Winston Reid's head, and does make it 1-0 in the game. This was a rough game. Not only were we getting the chances, you can see the ball bouncing luckily to me, which is good at some point, but pop shots. I don't really like scoring pop shots. They look good for highlights, but it's not clinical. It's luck. You can score some nice goals. And obviously, when my opponent was doing the backwards dribbling, the way this goal was really, really nice from Willian, as he smashed it into the far corner and makes it 2-1. Game was back on. We then tried something different, which is our corner technique. There's a few ways. I've started mixing it up now. There's a few times where I just whip it in. There's a few times where I'll pass and whip it in. And this one, of Messi being the smallest player in my team probably, for him to make it 3-1, that was the last thing I expected. But a terrible goal to concede here, guys. Ball through to Boateng. I don't know why he turned back. It might have been Smalling, actually. I don't know why he turned back to leave it into the path of Willian, but it gave me up a goal and obviously put me on the back foot. This was a nice pass and play as well. Renato Sanchez making it free. A 3-3 in the 80th minute of the game, and then in extra time this happened. We ball bounces to Griezmann, brilliant save by the keeper off the post, but for some reason Best took a touch instead of taking the first shot, and that could have put us in a different position because Willian gets the ball here, ball everywhere, gets the Petit, 4-3, another loss. I don't know what's happened, guys. 9 losses already. Honestly, like, the games after the disconnection has completely triggered me. I don't feel fun. I'm not enjoying playing FIFA. I literally don't even want to upload this to YouTube. I'm just not in the mood to play FIFA this weekend. 9 wins. No, 21 wins, right, I think. 21 wins. I'm going to double check what we're at, but that disconnection which you guys saw, it was just really, really fucking frustrating. And literally the highest win we can get today, guys, this weekend, is 31. It's still good, but it's not the level that I do want it at. Now, obviously, I have lost games previously, but like I stated at the start of the little mini-series for this weekend, guys, just didn't go in prepared for Weekend League this time round, and it's rolled on in, unfortunately, to this. Now, I am tempted to, like, totally ditch Messi and Suarez, and I am going to do that now, actually. I'm going to ditch Messi and Suarez. I'm going to resort them to the bench, and hopefully bringing in Bale back into the team will do something different for the last 10 games anyway. So we're going to ditch Higuain. We're going to put in our man Benzema, and hopefully that's going to do something for me anyway, because I'm just not playing good. I don't know what it was. I shouldn't be struggling with that strike force, but I obviously can't put the ball into the back of the net, and I can't seem to fucking defend for my life. So unfortunately, guys, 9 losses, 10 games left. It's not even a good look. It's not even a good look, but it happens.